Hey, it's Aran here. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you over the shoulder setting up a blog post on systeme.io. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create post, and you'll notice that it's under posts right here. Now I'm going to give it a name. Now, basically the way this works is I actually wrote an email to my list, and I am basically taking my email that I've written and I'm making that the content basically of the blog post. Now I'm going to need to come up with an image, and I'm going to need to come up with a short description as well for this. So I'm going to say finding more customer is the #1 challenge that people in my email list have. And therefore, I wanted to document the 7 proven strategies I have to finding more customers. This is good for search engine optimization. Now you'll notice that the blog post is already here. So .com/blog.com/newsletters/finding-more customers, like so. Now, in terms of the image, that's going to have to be created on Canva. Now, for your information, Canva gives you option to create sizing. So the correct sizing for the blog post on systeme.io is 700 by 490. Okay, so that's the correct sizing. So I've got a bunch of templates and examples right here. So I'm basically going to scroll down to find something, and this is not necessarily a Canva tutorial, so I won't bore you with me creating it, but I'll create it and then get back to the recording. Okay, so I've created the thumbnail. I don't know if I like it, but good enough for now. I'm going to now download this as a PNG, and for SEO purposes, you also want to make sure you label them typically. So I'm going to click on done. Click on download, and then now that it will download, I need to label it correctly. So you'll notice, because I'm using the Canva desktop app, as it's downloading, it's going to give me the option to create the title. So I'm going to give this the correct title. So it's going to be finding more customers.com truths blog around Bukai. Okay, that's kind of the SEO keywords that are relevant to this. And then I'm going to go back to system, and now I'm going to click on choose file, go to download. Here it is right here. Click on open, and this is how it will appear. Now I'm going to drag it like so it captures the entire spacing. Click on create, and that's how the blog is basically going to be viewed if I have it on a blog page of some sort, basically, and when I share it as well. That's how it's going to look. Now what's going to happen is, right now when you see this icon, it means it's in draft. So now I'm going to click right here on the magic wand or edit button, and I'm going to go and create a blog post. Now the blog post is basically, I'm going to take the content that I've actually already written in the email, which you can see like so, and I'm basically going to create it and do the same thing. So there's going to be a bunch of different things that I'm going to show you, different features that are relevant. So the first one is, I always do a section at the very top and the headline. Now the headline needs to go in the middle, you'll see, like so, and I'm going to call this subject finding more customers. Do the emoji like it was, like so. Drag the text below it. This blog post was sent out as an email to my entire email list to teach them about 7 proven strategies to get more traffic to their landing page and thus increase the chances of finding more customers. The email was sent on, let's look, 27 January. Now I'm going to make this section smaller, like so. I'm going to make this left, move my face a little bit so I'm not in the way, and make me smaller as well. Now in my case, I do something really unique, which is actually record a video on the blog post. So this is the video, and it's going to open up in Searchy. Okay. Now this particular video, basically, it's me recording or reading out the entire email. That's kind of how I do it. So first of all, I'm going to delete this little section right here, and then it's going to be the actual video itself. So you'll notice that I'm actually recording this video, this blog. There you go. Okay. Now I'm going to go back here. Click here. Now in this case, if I do a direct link, because it's searchy, I don't think it will actually work. So what I need to do, I need to get the actual embed code. So let me get that from Searchy now. So this is the email newsletter. I'm going to click here. Click on share, click on embed, click on copy, and then I'm going to go back to system, click on custom embed, click on edit code, and paste the code, save, and it will appear like so. Now in this case, I'm going to change the margins a little bit, so I'm going to make it 30, so it's a little bit smaller. I'll even do it 40. Okay, so then it's got a little bit of spacing. Okay, now once that's done, make sure you save it. Okay, really important you save things as well. And I'm going to go back to the actual email. Now you'll notice that there is this important thing as well. So I'm going to put that right below this as well. So do something like this, paste this in like so. Okay, go back. Hi, first name. In this case, it's just a test. So let me just browse through. First of all, you see this is a lot of text to start with, but then here there are numbers, which is fine. Then there is an image, then there is more text, and then there's different details like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this basically like introduction. Scroll down, copy all of this, go back. Now, this is important, okay? I'm going to click on new section, this particular case, and I'm going to drag the text like so. Now, what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to make this section not full page, but wide. And then I'm going to make this on the left, the text. Yep. And then I'm going to put a headline right above it, okay? Now, the headline is going to be introduction. And then I'm going to make this H3 in this case. Make it bold. And you'll see why I'm doing it in a moment. Now I'm going to paste the text. Okay. Now you'll notice that it's going to be like so. So I'm going to need to basically do this process, which is a little bit tedious, but bear with me here. Almost done. Actually, I'm going to call this strangers to customers. Okay. Now, once I've done that, this is very, very important you pay attention to this. I'm going to go up and I'm going to add right here, I'm going to add another section. I'll show you why. So now I'm going to add a section in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a table of content right in the middle. And you'll notice that this pops up and pulling this information. Now, it pulls that information because I said pull any H2 and H3 into the content, okay? Now I can also change the icons as well to make it more correctly on the branding as well, like my personal branding. So I'm going to go right here, place this text, and this is what's going to replace. And then change the color as well, like so. And this primary color, I'm going to replace that as well. Get background. There you go. Look at that, okay? Which is how I want it. Now the border, I'm going to make the border different, which is this one. Notice how the border is gray, okay? So now, once I have that set up, that looks pretty cool, I think, and I'm happy with how it looks. That's section number 1, strangers to customers, okay? Now, under it, I'm going to add an image, and it's still on the same section. In the image, I'm going to basically go to my images. I think I already have the slide here, so let me just have a look. Strangers to customers, like so. And with this one, again, I'm going to do margins. 30. I'm going to make it a solid style, so there's going to be some color around it. Border, like so. And you can see it's going to be a border. Since it's an image, I like to also make it a bit shadow. I'll do a hard shadow on it, okay? And that's how it's going to look. Now, let's go back to the email. Now I'm going to grab this and continue the text right below it. Now notice it's going to give you the spacing because I added the margins of 30 by 30, right? Okay, like so. Now we're going to do a new section, and the reason why is because we're going to now go through this one. And this is going to obviously have the headline first. Paste this in, go here, make this, and now notice, I'm going to show you something. Now notice that here it doesn't show this, but as soon as, on the menu, but as soon as I click on it, and I'm going to, in this case, as soon as I click on it and I make it number 3, notice it will appear at the very top once I save it. Okay, so save, refresh. Let me just check why it didn't work. Give me 1 second. Oh, it didn't do it. Okay, email signature. There you go. Okay, so as soon as I make it number 3, it adds it basically. If I make it number 4, let's just say, you'll notice that it will actually disappear because the table of content, I told it the headings capture only number 2 and number 3. Okay, so I'm gonna go and make this number 3. Now you'll see there's some context, some more text here. And I'm gonna go like so. Paste this in, make this on the right. Okay, cool. So now we got this section of the email signature done, and we're gonna move on to the next one. Now the next one's gonna be a little bit easier because what we're gonna do, we're simply going to duplicate, like so. And then we're gonna grab the exit pop-up, like so. And then we're gonna put it here, replace it, make sure it's number 3. Okay, let's go back here, make sure it's number 3. Yep, it's number 3. And then you'll see it appearing that way. You can see it's number 3, by the way. If you click on it, you see it just slightly shaded a little bit more, a little bit darker, basically. That's kind of the difference, you can tell. I'm gonna go back here, grab this text, paste this here, like so, and there you go. Okay, next one. We're gonna again duplicate. Go back, grab this text, scroll down, see what else I have here. There you go. Okay, replace this text. Now, by the way, you can obviously write the blog directly. I'm doing it that way because I'm already put all the effort to running in the email. You can also create a Google Doc and have a VA do this particular task I'm showing you right now. One of the reasons I'm recording this is so that I can actually turn this over to a virtual assistant who's going to do all that for me. And this video was created so you can basically do the same thing. This is basically a training. Yes, it's a training for you, but it's also a training for my virtual assistant and yours as well. Okay, so now it'll be a little bit different because we got Facebook groups, and I'll show you why it's a little bit different. You'll notice that here I've got bullet points. Now I can do like emojis, and that's okay, but I prefer not to do that, especially with system, because I've got really good options to customize that. So this is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to grab like this, and like the system has a really good bullet point feature basically. And I'm going to say here are the steps. Now I'm going to go and drag the bullets right below. Now in this case, move my face out of the way, click here. Now I like to do spacing, say 15. Yes, I can leave it that way. I can also change it to these ones. Let me make the color a little bit different. So it's this one, like the orange. Orange or green? Yes, I'll do green in this case. Okay. And then you'll see that I did a little bit different. Doesn't matter. This is good enough, right? Note that you can actually choose other ones as well. For example, you could do something like this, right? If I want to be consistent, totally optional. Then I'm going to replace. Make sure you, what I suggest is do it like that and then move it up, basically. So like that. There you go. Okay. Now I can grab this one. A little bit more tedious, but it's just going to look way better to do it this way. Now, in this case, I'm actually going to look and see if I can get a better green. Maybe like this one. Yeah, I think that's going to look better. Okay, and I really don't like the square one. I'll just do it like that. Okay, now here's the thing you can do. You can duplicate it, and then, okay, now one other thing before I do that. You want to make it, because right now I've got it at 30-30, but only 30 on the left. I'll make 30 on the top, 30 at the bottom, 30 on the right. It's a little bit more consistent. Now I'm going to delete this one because I duplicated it before I made those changes. Now I'm going to duplicate it. Now what I'm going to do is notice that it's red with X, right? So in this case, I'm now going to change it. I'm going to search for the word X like so, and then I will change it to red. Now this is why you don't want to paste it in this way, where you are just pasting it in too early, basically. So let me just do this again. I'm going to delete this. When I say too early, I mean like you're basically adding it before the content is in the right spot, basically. So now the 30-30-30 maybe at the bottom is a little bit too much. So let me make this 10, duplicate this again, go back like so. Now I can change it again, make it X, make it red, perfect. And then I can go back like so, go back, that, this in, perfect. Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna grab the text below it again, like so. Make this way, give it a bit of spacing. Now I'm gonna say, are you ready for the bonus hack, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to duplicate this one, move this one down, because I want it to be in between the two. Okay, let me move this one up. Perfect. Now I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to call this bonus hack. Make this 3, like so. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to basically on the top, the menu, I want the bonus hack to be in the title, not the are you ready for a bonus hack, because that just seems not really, it's just better for the title. Okay, now let me grab the text for the bonus hack. Replace this text. Nice. Now I've got the next one, so it's messenger, so do that next. So again, I'm gonna duplicate this one, I'm gonna grab this text, Messenger, make it 3. This one I can delete because it's not necessary on this one. I'm going to grab the text. Cool. Now there's a few sections here that I'm going to make italicized. Okay, I gotta move this up. So let me move the bonus hack up like so, and then you'll be at the right spot. So now have a look at the top. Let's go to the menu. So again, it's the right sequence: strangers to customers, email signature, exit pop-up, live videos, Facebook group, bonus hack, and messenger. Perfect. Okay, we're almost done. Now we've got YouTube. So I'm gonna duplicate this again. And again, now you'll notice here, I'm going to make it 3. Now you'll notice at the top, let me just show it to you again, the sequence is going to be wrong. So how do I change that? So you want to scroll down all the way to the bottom, and you see this one, so I'm going to grab the green, and I'm going to click on this arrow, like so, and it will put it in the right sequence. So now you go back to the top, see it's the right sequence. Let's go back to the bottom again. Now let's do this one, your email list. It's the next one. Let's duplicate, scroll down, like so. Now this one, I'll show you how to do that, because this is like a little bit different now. You can actually do horizontal line. So you can put it right here, like so. Click on the horizontal line if you want to make it a bit smaller. So you can go to margins and say, there's 2 things you could do. Let's make it 20. Then it will move it side by side from the here and here and the bottom and top. But you want to customize a bit further. You want the sides to be even more. So I'm going to make it 120, maybe even 220. And then 220 on this side also, and then we'll make it smaller. 320, 320, 420, 420. There you go. So it's going to be a little bit more kind of what the effect that I'm looking for. Now I'm just going to do 300 and 300, like so. And then also, you can actually make this a little bit lighter, so it's got a bit of a lighter shade. So it could be something like this, basically. So it's going to be a little bit more subtle. Okay, could do much more bigger lists, barely mentioned. Okay, so now I'm going to duplicate that. Other ideas, for example. Okay, make this number 3. That's number 3. Perfect. And then there is the pitch for the membership, basically. And I'm gonna duplicate this. Scroll down. Templates and coaching membership. Like so. And then here's the beauty, right? Again, I can do bullet points with this fire thing, right? So I'm gonna go and drag it right below. Again, I'm gonna make this 15. The icon color, I'm gonna make it like so. Like, it doesn't have to be fire. I could just do it this way. And I will do 20 at the top, 20 at the bottom. This one, nice. And this one. Okay, now let's go back to text, drag this below, paste this in, make it on the left, and then relevant links. It's going to be its own section. Now let's do a little test. I'm going to bring this into the same section and see if it still tracks the right way. I think it does, even though it's in the same section. So let's go to the very top. Yep, so it still tracks the same way, basically, so that's totally fine. Go all the way to the bottom, and then I'm going to include all these links, basically. Now, the way I'm going to include it, basically, is it's going to be buttons. So what I do is I actually have buttons that I've already created, and I'm going to call this relevant resources. And I'm going to say, below I will include buttons to the relevant resources that I have mentioned throughout the blog, which you can explore, the ones you are interested in. Okay, now I'm going to go to buttons, go to my blocks and search for button, and you'll notice that I already have buttons that I basically created that I'm kind of happy with how they look. Now, in the case of you setting this up, just for the sake of demonstration, because I want you to, do this the right way. Make this 10, make this 10. Now, here's the thing with the buttons. What I want you to do is create it. So in this case, it's going to open in a new window, not the same window. Okay. Now this one is landing page challenge. So I'm going to click on it, click on all of these. Okay. Now you're gonna want to remove the section next to the URL where it kind of shows the tracking. So let me just show you. See how it says systeme.io, blah blah blah. Give it a second to open up. Now once you're happy with the button and how it looks, in this case for example, I'm going to make this with a shadow. So I'm going to make a hard shadow so the button kind of stands out, right? Delete this portion. And then you can replace it. So here is the URL. Open URL, open in a new window, yes. Landing page challenge, like so. Perfect. Now in this case, what you can do is you can duplicate the button, like so. And if there's space in between, that's perfect. That's how you want it. Now I'm going to close this. I'm going to grab the link for the AppSumo now. Now on the button, I'm going to paste this in. Now in this case, I like to kind of change the color as well for the sake of demonstration, so they can kind of easily differentiate. So I'm going to call this Heidi Cow. Oh no, sorry, email badge from AppSumo. And then you can change the icon. So email or envelope, like so. Okay, do the next one. Duplicate it. Next one is Facebook Organic Mini Course. So it's this one. So it's around.link/beta19. Change the color for this as well. Change the name. And okay. And then because it's Facebook color, I'll just change it to this. And I'll change this one to green instead. Okay, next one is this one. Example of a high quality blog I created. Okay. Place the text. And then this one, let's see if there's an example for a blog. Okay. Blogger icon. Not great, but good enough for now. Text automation software. This will be red, and I'm going to delete the subtext. And I'm going to grab the link from here. It's called Text Blaze. Grab it. Okay, and then my YouTube content and monetization strategy, I believe, is this blog. You could see this is the final result basically, right? And the icon obviously will be YouTube. Now because it's YouTube, I'm going to change this one to be something a little bit different. There you go. Cool, so they can see all the resources, basically. Gonna hit on save. Hopefully there's no mess ups. Should be all good. I should have saved it a bit more throughout. Strongly recommended you do that more. These are Grammarly little fix-ups as well, so that could also be improved. Like you see, super organized. That's all Grammarly. Okay, let's go to the top. See what it looks like. Beautiful. Now you see there's a lot of blank space right here. So the way to eliminate that, I'm just gonna make this medium. Even small, no, a little bit too much, but medium is good. Have a look, that looks great. Now if I click here, I'll be able to preview it and have a look. This is what it looks like. People can click up or down, read the content. And then, let's just say they want to click on this part, they'll just click and it will scroll right down to the specific section. That's why you have the menu. Okay, I'm happy with this. This is really good. And, you know, the only other thing I can do, you know, I can definitely include a pop-up and say, you know, if you're not on my email list, join and something like that. That's definitely something that I would recommend you do, something along these lines. But in this case, you know, I think it's good enough. I'm just going to leave something. I'll do it in a separate video, but you get the idea. So there you go. That's how you create a blog post in Systeme.io from A to Z. Obviously, I had the content ready, so that helps. I definitely recommend, if you're working with a virtual assistant, you have your content ready on a Google Doc, something along these lines. And if you want to write a blog post, I definitely think writing it outside, like on a Google Doc, is a good way to start, because you can get lost with the features in Systeme at first. But once you have the roadmap, when it's just a Google Doc, you don't have to think about the features that Systeme provides. You can then visually see where do you put images in between, where do you use bullet points, things along these lines. So that's about it. Thanks all for watching. Hope you found this video educational. And if you want to learn more about Systeme.io, I'm going to leave a playlist somewhere around here for you to check it out. And also you'll see other information around here if you want to check out Systeme.io, sign up for the annual plan at $197, things along these lines. If you want to get more tech support, I have a tech support membership that actually assists you and your virtual assistant with any challenges, so you can really set up your Systeme.io website and any other tech issues you might be needing help with, so you can definitely check it out. Again, I'll leave the link somewhere around here. Thanks a lot for watching this tutorial. I really appreciate it. So if you have not used Systeme or haven't tested it out, you can actually create a free account. You're missing out big time. It is a great software, and all you gotta do is go to aranbukai.com/SIO. That will take you to the Systeme page. You enter your email, you create a free account, take it to a test drive, and when you feel confident, like you're ready to go and this is a good tool, the pricing is simply $27 a month, or you can also get $197 a year, which is pricing is not available on their website, but I have a special link for that if you want to take advantage of it. It's actually 10 times cheaper than the bigger competitors and so on, and it's a really good plan. So if you want to check it out, go to aranbukai.com/SIO and let me know once you had a bit of a look around. That's about it. If you have any other questions or tutorials that you'd like me to make on Systeme.io, definitely let me know. Leave a comment below. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And that's about it. Thanks, and I'll speak to you soon.